everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and in a previous video I shared a tutorial showing how I made this Daphne's Diary journal from start to finish. And in that video I showed how I made this journal cover from the front cover, of this beautiful magazine. So I've got this ready to go, and we pulled out some pages as well, and there were 9 here, so I just needed a 10th one. And this was the first page of the magazine, and I thought it worked perfectly because I was looking for pages with the yellows and greens. And I also really like this page where it says hello, I'm Daphne, and it's got some yellows on there too. So I thought that page was perfect. We won't need to go through this magazine again to look for more pages. And I thought, yeah, let's go ahead and put this one together. And I will start by folding the pages, and I'll keep my eye out looking for a feature page for the front page or the first page, and one for the middle page. I always like those ones to be prettier, and I do like using these ones as like a title page almost, or a dedication page, I suppose. So in the other video I showed you how I folded the pages first and then trimmed them then trimmed them down. This time I will show you my other way of doing it, where I do them all one at a time. So I fold, trim off the excess, and cut off the top or bottom. Usually I cut off the top because it's easier, but when this one had a rip at the bottom, so I knew I wanted to not use that. So there we go. It's like a little card there. You could put the photo there if you wanted. This is my middle page, so that's my first one, and this is my middle, so that was easy. Sometimes it's a lot harder to work that out. So I want to put this one in a bit further from that edge too, because I had to trim it the other time, because the inner pages always stick out more and often have to be trimmed. So if I can preempt that and trim them before, that would work. And then I'm just going to trim the top here and remove that ripped edge. So as always, just a reminder, I always get so many comments about this, but that's why I do the reminder every video, or try to do it every video. There is, you can't sell anything with Daphne's Diary in it due to copyright, and they mention that on their website. And I know that can be quite sad, but the way I see it is, I get so much use out of the magazine to make gifts, personal journals, and for personal journaling. So already, I use 20 pages from the magazine for pages in a journal. I use the front and back cover for covers of journals, and then I also rip out pages that I want to use in my personal journals, and I also cut out any words or images that I want to use to decorate my journals, and sometimes I use them as journaling prompts. So I'm excited to make these 2 journals, because this magazine has been sitting on my shelf for quite a long time. I like these stamps. I do like postage stamps. They're one of my favorite supplies for journal making. And yeah, these 2 journals will probably be going to my patrons, a couple of my patrons. I have a few patrons at the diamond tier, so they get a journal sent to them every month. And I like to send at least one Daphne's Diary journal, because I know they're quite popular, and people are always loving the Daphne's Diary journals. So I have this kind of mission that anyone who wants one will eventually get one because, you know, I get the magazine sent to me every, well, there's 8 issues a year, so not monthly, but however often that is. And you get 2 journals per magazine, and I've been getting these magazines for years, so, you know, I have made a lot of Daphne's Diary journals in my time, and so many people have received a Daphne's Diary journal. There's a bit of a rooster theme as well, which kind of works with the chicken and the eggs, so that's kind of fun, having that as a theme. And even here we have more eggs. So pretty. Love all the jewels and the pearls. That's stunning. Oh my goodness. I like this side better. Stunning. They look so regal, like royal eggs. Look at that. So pretty. And another egg page. Now I don't have many pages like this. I don't think I have any. So I'm going to do it here. And so that will be the feature. Oh, I could have actually done like this as the second page, but that's all right. I'm going to do a full page instead. Look at that. Those are my colors too, white, blue and clear. Pretty. And then we've got a yellow page with pink. That's really pretty as well. Oh, I think I want this page. I know the yellow is on the other side and that's more on theme, but we do have pink there, so that's perfect. Yellow and pink. I just really love that script as well. That's stunning. I wish I could write like that. I wish I could do calligraphy writing. That would be amazing. I know I could just learn. And I did try to learn at one point, but I didn't persist. I was like, this is too hard. I'm not seeing progress fast enough. And I gave up. So one day, if I ever feel like I get the discipline again, well, I never had the discipline to start off with, but if I ever get the discipline one day, that would be a skill I would love to have. Oh, I forgot this one. Hang on a second. Maybe I should have. I really like this as a page. It's like a really little page, but I like it. Don't want to waste it. Yeah, I think I want that as a page. Okay, so next step is doing this. So I'm not sure. I'm going to do 10 of these again, and I think, yeah, I'll do it the same as the other journal, where I'll have a blank page at the front and then the feature page in the middle. Yeah, I'll do that. I think I normally do that anyway, because it ends up being alternating with a ratio of 1 to 1. So 1 feature page to 1 blank writing page. So again, for anyone who missed the tutorial, I will let you know, in case anyone is wondering, that these papers that I'm using now are just normal copy paper, printer papers, ATGSM. Instead of being white, they're just cream. So I do like using white paper as well, but I feel like the cream just gives it a little bit more interest and has more of that hint towards vintage. And I do like how the Daphne's Diary magazine has vintage vibes. And so I just want 10 of these. 2, 4, 6, 7. Eight, and 9 and 10. So I had a question from someone asking what I do with all of the, actually multiple people have asked me this too. What do I do with all the leftover pages from the magazine? So how do I store them was one of the specific questions. How I store them is, well, I used to store them on a bookshelf, just stacked in a pile. I've moved them into my room though, because I was working on some personal journaling, so I pulled them back in my room so I could go through them again, and they are currently stacked in a drawer in my desk, one of my desk drawers. But once I finish with that journaling project, I'm gonna, they'll probably go back out of my room into the bookcase, just stacked up. If I had room for a second bookcase in my room for actual books, they would go in there, but yeah, there's no room in my room for them. And so I also give them away, like as little freebie, extra little bonus things with orders sometimes, and that kind of thing. So, okay, I forgot to fold this page. I could do it that way. I could do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. I always like the intro. I would write my own intro based off this one. It was fun. I did that quite a lot. Oh, but now the problem is, where do I put it? Because I'm going to cut something off. So that's when I want to do this. And I'm literally just going to use that word to guide me as to where my straight cut will be. And then I want that, because of course I needed the tutu, because I love ballet. For those who don't know, I always wanted to do ballet, but didn't start until I was 26 when I did adult beginner ballet. And I am still doing ballet 12 years later. And all my ballet dreams have come true. I have performed in a tutu and tiara. I have got point shoes. I have taught ballet. So never too late. Never too late. Okay, let me have a look at my pages. So what I want to do is find my middle page. That's my middle. Keep that separate. Here's my first page. And oh, you know what I need to do before I do any of that? I need to trim off the tops. All right, I'm going to show you another method of doing this. So the first one I will trim. For all of the others, this is what I'm going to do. So this is another method you can try for cutting your pages all the same height. If you want them the same height, you definitely don't need to. I just like making them the same for this journal so that I can maximize the journaling space. So this way might look quicker and seem quicker, but I don't actually enjoy it as much as the other method, using the ruler and pen. There's just something about this part of the process, lining it up. I don't enjoy that part. So I'd rather just use the ruler and pen. But sometimes I will just quickly do it that way. It's not my preferred method. But good to show you another method in case you like that method. Now, take two. So we're going to alternate our pages. Now I want something pretty here. Oh, I might want to use, yeah, that one. And then I've got 3 egg pages, so I need to use an egg page. That one. Because I want to spread them out a little bit. Except I don't, because that's the same as that. So I want to use that one instead. And we've got a couple chicken pages, so I want to, actually, I'm just thinking, I'm going to use this one first, get the narrower page. Then I'll do a chicken page. Then I'll do the other egg, that one. Now we'll do this one. More chickens. So just checking that things aren't too close to each other. Okay, and then I'm going to do you. Then you. And finally, the middle page. Okay, there we go. Now I just want to grab my masking tape. Put that down the spine. Love, love, love using masking tape. And we'll bind it. So I hope you're enjoying these 2 videos sharing how I make these Daphne's Diary journals, even though I have shared many, many times on my channel how I make these, but I always get lots of people requesting this. This is the most requested video, is showing more about Daphne's Diary, making Daphne's Diary journals. So I thought I would meet those requests, and fun to do this because I know every month over on my Patreon I do a start to finish journal making series, and I think I'm going to use the same thread because it kind of matches that and goes with the pink theme, and apparently I don't have any yellow left. As I say, yeah, every month I do a start to finish journal making series, and every year I do a Daphne's Diary journal. So I'm just gonna thread my needle, see if I can. There we go. So I've already done the one for this year. I believe it's February that I did the Daphne's Diary journal. But then each month I do a different theme. So once I've done one, I leave it for next year to do another one on my Patreon. So I'm currently doing a vintage music journal using one music book, beautiful vintage music book, to make a journal out of. I'm just trying to remember what I did in January. I think I did a vintage French journal in January. I think it was. Yeah, anyway. And then coming up, I'll be making a vintage French fashion journal, a vintage linen, floral linen journal, and then I've also got planned a love story journal. So those are the next ones I am doing. And I love, choosing all different themes. But every now and then it takes a lot of energy, effort, time, the right filming conditions, the right energy level for myself for doing these start to finish series. So I don't do many of them. That's why I restrict myself to just 12 a year over on my Patreon, so one each month. But I know people are like, but what about on your channel? I'd love to see start to finish making journals on your channel too. And I'm like, I know, I absolutely know people love those types of videos. They're just very labor intensive and not my favorite videos to film. They, yeah, if it wasn't for my patrons, I probably wouldn't film them at all. Because, yeah, they just take a lot of time and you have to wait. Like, usually if I make a journal on my own, I can finish it quickly. If I'm filming it though from start to finish, it can take me a whole month to make a journal rather than a day. So that's what I mean by, like, it's very time consuming, labor intensive. You've got to wait for the right filming conditions and all that kind of thing. So to be honest, if it wasn't for my patrons, I probably wouldn't film them at all. But I know that they love them. I get lots of great feedback about those series, and yeah, I know they are fun videos to watch, and I wish I enjoyed them more and could do them more, but I thought, yeah, I will do them for my patrons once a month and every now and then do them on my channel. So I hope you enjoy this special showing how I made these two, and just to explain that, because some people are like, but why don't you share them on your channel? That is the explanation or reason behind why you no longer really see, because I used to do a lot of journal making series on my channel, where people could even follow along, and you can check that playlist too, by the way. We've done so many different ones, because I have this rule as well. I have to show it first on my channel before I ever show anything on my Patreon. So every type of journal that I've made on my Patreon, I first shared it how I did it on my channel. So any extras, that all goes to my beautiful patrons to thank them for their amazing support. But yeah, that's just a decision I made 2 years ago, because I was just getting so tired from it, and yeah, having to spread out making a journal over a month as opposed to a day, that's a big difference. And so, yeah, if anyone was wondering or had questions about that, that's why you no longer really see journal making series on my channel anymore, just because they're one of my least favorite videos to film. They're the most challenging to film, most labor intensive, and yeah, that's basically it. So this is turning into a chatty video. Another video that you don't see as much on my channel anymore either is Journal With Me episodes, which is actually surprising to me, because like I already knew these ones I didn't really enjoy filming, but I did enjoy the Journal With Me episodes, and those are my favorite episodes, like, to watch. But I think what I found is it really stunted me in my personal journaling, because I felt like I couldn't just journal for my eyes only. And for me, journaling is very much an exercise in well-being, in like letting out whatever I need to get out. And if I'm doing it for a camera and I'm trying to talk at the same time, or doing a voiceover, like, it's just not the same experience. It's not why I journal. And even though I want to kind of like share that with you, I found my personal journaling was suffering to the point where I was in tears and just couldn't journal anymore. And I felt like it was because, when I explored it a bit deeper, was because I journal differently when it's for the camera versus in my own time, if that makes any sense. Like, I can relax when I'm doing it by myself. I can listen to a podcast and just be in my own world, that kind of thing, instead of thinking about, am I in frame? And I can't, like, as well, I have a frame to film in, and it's really awkward. So it's not an enjoyable experience for me to make journals or do my journaling with this frame. Like, my hands, my wrists, my elbows are resting on the frame right now as I'm talking to you, and it hurts, you know. So that's what I mean. Like, I always have to lift my arms up, and then they get tired, and I keep knocking the frame. And, you know, when I want to journal by myself and make journals by myself, I just don't want to be restricted by this frame. I want to spread out, have all my supplies everywhere, instead of being always constantly aware of, like, okay, I need this there, I need that there, where is that? Okay, that's, you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, all to say that I found my personal journaling suffering, and so I've pulled way back on Journal With Me videos, which I'm sad about that one. I'm not too sad about this one because I didn't enjoy doing those anyway. But I really love Journal With Me videos. I love it. And I love sharing those videos because I always say more than making journals, I love journaling in them. And more than teaching people how to make a journal, I love teaching people how to journal. That's my passion. Making journals, that's fun and creative for me, but it's not my passion the way that actually using journals is. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad about the fact that I can't or don't do as many Journal With Me videos anymore. But you know, we all have to look after our own well-being and that kind of thing, and know what gives us joy and what gives us rest and all that kind of stuff. And I keep trying to find the balance because I know some of you do love, you know, the journal making videos, and some of you do love the Journal With Me episodes. So I do try to spread them out occasionally and give you some every now and then, you know, like these two. And, you know, I try to do as many Journal With Me videos as I can. And I found that I was journaling just for the sake of the video. Like, I didn't feel like I wanted to journal, but I was doing it to do a video, if that makes sense. And I just realized I don't want to do that anymore. I want to journal when I want to journal. And if I feel like filming it, I will. But I only now journal when I want to journal, that kind of thing. So it's just all learning curve, and giving yourself permission to do the things that give you joy, and finding that, like I did at the start when I started my channel, I loved doing everything because it was all new to me and it was all exciting, and I wanted to make journals, I wanted to journal with me episodes, I wanted to do all of the things, and I enjoyed it, you know, for a time. But as you do things more over and over again, you learn what you like, what you don't like, what gives you joy, what gives you energy, what saps your energy, what gives you rest, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, when I reflect on my journey, this is why I'm talking to you about this now, is because I have been reflecting on it recently, how, you know, I am a bit sad that I'm not doing Journal With Me episodes, and I wonder, well, do I do more? It's like, no. When I ask myself that question, the answer is always no at the moment. Like, that could change in the future, and that's what I mean. We have different seasons as well. But for this season that I'm currently in, this is just working for me. I'm liking what I'm doing at the moment. I'm liking keeping my journaling to myself for the most part. I'm liking doing the journal making series just once a month for my patrons. And I'm liking all of the other stuff that I'm doing. Like, that's what I'm liking to film, and so that's what I keep doing. I love journal flip-throughs. They're one of my favorite types of videos as well. And I love, you know, sharing about mental health and faith and well-being and books. I would love to talk a bit more about books as well. I know not everyone's a fan of that. I was thinking, do I start a booktube YouTube, which is kind of a little dream of mine to do that, but a lot of work. So if it wasn't for the fact that it would take a lot of work to do, I would do that in an instant because I love books so much. And then I was thinking, do I do like a schedule thing? Like, Monday is journal flip throughs, Tuesdays is tutorials, Wednesdays is faith tube, Thursdays is mental health tube, Fridays is book tube, and then Saturdays is ASMR, because some people do like ASMR too and have said, will you do more ASMR videos? Not many people do like them, I've found on my channel. When I have put out ASMR videos, people are like, I don't like this. Can you please talk? And for those who don't know what ASMR is, I can never remember what it stands for. But the way I describe it is, for me, paper sounds is really soothing to listen to. So if I can't sleep, I will often put on an ASMR video. And people have different triggers. They call them triggers. Some people like whispering, the sound of whispering. Some people like the sound of people eating. Not me. That is not relaxing for me at all. For me, it's paper sounds and like pages turning, like really beautifully and gracefully and that kind of thing. So I was dabbling in, maybe I do ASMR Saturday or something and doing a schedule. The thing is, I film so many videos and I just get so excited about sharing things that, you know, I have all these categories of videos that I don't know where it fits. They don't fit in any category. And also, like, I might have, you know, 10 journal flip throughs and only one tutorial. So it's like, well, I have to put out, you know, 5 flip throughs a week. That's way too much. 3 flip throughs a week and maybe not have a tutorial that week. So every time I've thought of doing a schedule, and people have always told me they like the idea of me having a schedule, and I like the idea of a schedule too. It's just that the way I film is not schedule based. Like some people ask me, do you have a schedule? Like, do you list out what videos you do? No, I'm very more instinctual. I get up in the morning and I do what I feel like. And that could be 10 journal flip throughs. And that's my filming for the day. The next day it might be a tutorial, but it's just whatever I get up and feel like doing, that's what I do. So that's why I've never been good at doing a schedule, because I've never been like, okay, I need a tutorial regularly, film it. Like, that's not how I work. I get up and I'm like, I don't feel like doing a tutorial, so I won't, even if there's a schedule, because that's kind of how it works, what I was explaining here, how, you know, I don't do journal making series anymore, not regularly on my channel, because when I get up in the morning, I never feel like filming those videos. But I do, that is something that I have as a structure for me. Like, regardless of if I feel like it or not, I do it because of my beautiful patrons, as a thank you for their support. So anyway, I'm just looking at the time. It's half an hour already, so I better stop rambling. I hope you enjoyed this chat. For those of you who have followed my channel for a long time and you like following my journey, I hope, you know, this gives you a bit of behind the scenes look at what's going through my head and how I do things and why I do things. And I know some of you love my chatty videos. For those who are just wanting the tutorial, they're long gone. And yeah, I'm trying to find that balance too, I guess, of how, like, do I just label it chatty video and then just sit down and chat? Because sometimes that's the type of video I want to film, is just chatting about stuff like this, like the things I'm thinking about, the things I'm learning about myself and about what gives me joy and rest and that kind of stuff. And it doesn't really fit with what I'm doing, you know, like necessarily. And I find it really hard to be doing things with my hands and talking at the same time, unless it's something really mundane, like inking the edges of a tag or something. And I admire those other channels where people can talk for an hour while they're crafting. I'm like, I've tried it, I can't do it. I have long pauses, long silences. So I would love to be able to do that, but I just can't. So I have to work with what I've got. So do I do dedicated chatty videos, or I don't know. But yeah, that's a little check-in with me, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know, do you like the idea of a schedule? Because we were talking about it in a live, we've been talking about for years in various lives. And I was saying the schedule might work because people, some are only here for craft. Like a lot of people, maybe most of the people following my channel are here just for the craft. They don't care about me chatting like this. They're long gone with this video. They just want to know the craft and the how-tos, the tutorials, that's it. Other people are here for the chatty stuff, you know, this kind of chatting about well-being. Others are here for the faith. I know some of my subscribers, what they really love about my channel is that I'm a Christian crafter. And that's really cool. I love that. I love meeting sisters in Christ, and, you know, I do love talking about faith and how amazing God is and how he shows up in my life and that kind of thing. But yeah, not everyone's into that. And other times I love, you know, talking about books, and I love ASMR. So if I had a regular schedule, then people could know, oh, Fridays, that's the only day I want to watch her channel, and they can know not to, they can skip all the other days. That's the problem when you have a channel where you like multiple things. Because when I first started, it was definitely just craft. Like I was only crafting and it was just journaling. But, you know, I'm more than a journaler. I love psychology. I love faith. I love talking about mental health and well-being and advocating for that. I love reading. I love movies. I love sport. Which is random. People are like, you like sport? And I'm like, I know, I do. I'm passionate about sport. Like, I'm absolutely passionate. I have a KO subscription. That's how much I love sport. Anyway, rambling. So yeah, let me know if you would like a schedule and what types of videos you would like in that schedule. Like, which ones do you skip? Which ones are you here for? if you are watching to the very end, maybe, yeah, that's who I want to catch, the people who, yeah, would want to help like shape this channel. And what do you like to see? I'm gonna stop now, otherwise I will keep rambling. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. A big thank you to my beautiful patrons supporting me in February. I really hope you absolutely love it there. If you would like to become a patron, the link is down below in the description box, and my Patreon is where you get access to the start to finish journal making series each month, sneak peeks and first access to all of my creations, and depending on your tier level, printable kits, every single printable kit from my Etsy plus a new one each month. There are mail tiers and community tiers and all sorts of things. Check the description box down below also for links to my courses, for my journaling courses and creative courses, places to find me, and ways to contact me if you ever have any questions or video requests.